The Great Lakes form a vast chain of inland seas, shaped by ancient glaciers and stretching thousands of miles across North America. These lakes carried explorers, settlers, soldiers, and entire industries across their waters. Beneath their beauty lies a hidden world of more than 6,000 shipwrecks. Cold fresh water keeps these wrecks preserved as if frozen in time. Today we explore 5 legendary wrecks, one from each Great Lake. Each ship tells a story of courage, loss, and the unforgiving strength of nature. Our journey begins on Lake Superior with the SS Edmund Fitzgerald. Launched in 1958, the massive freighter measured 729 feet long. The Fitzgerald hauled heavy iron ore between ports across the region. She earned the nickname the Pride of the American Side. Captain Ernest McSorley was respected for decades of sailing experience. 29 men worked aboard the Fitzgerald, many from Great Lakes towns. On November 9, 1975, the Fitzgerald departed Superior, Wisconsin. A powerful and fast-growing storm formed over Lake Superior. Winds rose to hurricane strength as huge waves battered the ship. Snow wiped out visibility, turning the lake into a white wall. The Fitzgerald reported radar failure and water entering the ship. Captain McSorley aimed for Whitefish Bay, the nearest shelter. His final transmission said, "We are holding our own." Moments later, the ship vanished from radar without warning. All 29 sailors aboard were lost in the storm. The wreck was discovered in 2 large sections at 530 feet deep. The exact cause of the sinking remains a mystery debated today. Next, we travel to Lake Michigan and the SS Carl D. Bradley. The Bradley was once the longest ship on the Great Lakes. It hauled limestone and supported industry across the region. Many crew members came from Rogers City, Michigan. Entire families in that town had generations working aboard her. On November 18, 1958, the Bradley sailed into a fierce storm. Winds passed 60 miles per hour and waves reached 20 feet. The ship's aging steel hull suddenly cracked under stress. The Bradley split completely in 2 during the storm. Crew members struggled to survive freezing water and darkness. Only 2 of the 35 crew members survived the night. 33 men were lost, devastating Rogers City. The wreck was found in 1959 at a depth of 360 feet. Now we turn to Lake Huron and the Daniel J. Morrell. The Morrell was a 600-foot steel freighter launched in 1906. On November 29, 1966, it faced a violent winter storm. 70-mile-per-hour winds struck the ship with enormous force. Waves slammed the steel hull, twisting it with each impact. Without warning, the ship broke completely in half. The bow plunged downward quickly beneath the waves. The stern floated and moved on its own for several miles. 28 of the 29 men aboard died. Only sailor Dennis Hawley survived nearly 40 brutal hours. He clung to a raft wearing almost no clothing in the freezing cold. His survival story remains one of maritime history's most dramatic. The Morrell's wreck rests at about 200 feet underwater. Now we explore Lake Erie and the vanished ship known as the Griffon. Built in 1679, the Griffon was the first large ship on the Upper Lakes. Explorer René Robert Cavelier, Sieur de la Salle, commissioned it. The ship gathered valuable furs during early trading expeditions. After leaving Green Bay, it mysteriously disappeared. No survivors were found and no confirmed wreckage ever surfaced. Some believe a violent storm sent the ship to the bottom. Others suspect sabotage or mutiny among the crew members. The ship's fate remains unknown after more than 300 years. Modern searches using sonar and drones continue to hunt for clues. Yet the Griffon remains one of North America's greatest mysteries. Our final shipwreck lies in Lake Ontario, the HMS Ontario. This British warship sailed during the American Revolution. The Ontario transported soldiers, supplies, and important cargo. On October 31, 1780, it sailed into a sudden deadly storm. The ship sank quickly, taking more than 130 lives. For over 200 years, the ship's location remained a mystery. In 2008, explorers finally located the wreck in deep water. It rests at a depth of 500 feet in remarkable condition. Cold freshwater preserved the hull, masts, and cannons. Many call it one of the best preserved shipwrecks ever discovered. These wrecks reveal the dangers sailors faced on the lakes. Storms could form in minutes and strike without warning. Waves could rise as high as ocean storms with deadly force. Freezing water temperatures made survival extremely difficult. The Great Lakes have taken thousands of lives over centuries, yet they also fueled trade, industry, and settlement. Towns, factories, and entire regions depended on lake shipping. Modern technology now allows divers to explore old wrecks safely. Sonar mapping reveals detailed images of long-lost ships. Remotely operated vehicles capture footage once impossible to get. Each wreck provides new clues about past maritime life. The Edmund Fitzgerald teaches us about Superior's deadly storms. The Bradley reminds us how communities suffer after tragedy. The Morrell shows the limits of steel under intense pressure. The Griffon keeps alive a timeless mystery of the early frontier. The Ontario preserves history untouched for more than 2 centuries. Together, these wrecks form an underwater museum beneath the lakes. They represent bravery, sacrifice, and the struggle against nature. The Great Lakes appear calm, but they demand deep respect. Beneath their waves lie stories of ambition and risk. Stories of ships that fought storms but never returned. Stories of sailors whose families waited for news that never came. Stories preserved in cold freshwater for generations to discover. These shipwrecks remind us of the power and mystery of the lakes. Though the ships lie silent now, their stories continue to speak. Their legacy lives on in the history and heart of the Great Lakes.